Hey there, and welcome to Throw Up Thursday. I'm your host, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc.
Here we are, Throw Up Thursday. You come barf your problems and you leave feeling better. I'm your host, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc. And joining me soon will be one of the docs at Unorthodox Inc., Olivia. And, oh, hey, Sam, how goes it? In there. I gotta tell you, oh, hey, Logan, hi. I'll wait for Olivia. Hi.
Hi.
Dude, I am running on fumes. So, Jesus. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. But
This full moon and just this Cancer season hit me like a truck.
Yeah. My whole day yesterday got derailed for, we'll talk later. But, oh my God. Also, remember the story of the rat dropping onto my, they're in the house now. So, yeah.
Oh no.
And I've had dreams after the one dropped onto my laptop. I had dreams and I was like looking it up and oh my gosh, what does it mean? Well, it turns out all it means is they're in my house.
Oh no.
So we'll take care of that ASAP because I'm totally freaked out, grossed out. Yeah, they'll be taken care of anyway.
That's so not fun. I had rats in my house in Vancouver and it is really very unsettling. It is
unsettling. Great word.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's an invasion of sorts.
So. I had to do like an opposite action because it took forever for them to go away, where I was like feeling really lonely at the time. So I was like, well, what if they're like keeping me company?
There's a point where opposite action gets insane. You can take it too far, but like, why not? Fuck
yeah.
Whatever.
I had to find a way to sleep with the little scratchies, so.
Anywho, moving right on. Do you have questions for us today, Olivia?
I do have questions.
Okay.
I have a couple. Okay, so first one is, well, okay, why don't I wait because I have one from Torben and one from Allie, and I would like them to be here. Okay. So let's start with one that's from a friend of mine.
Okay.
So she sent me this. She says, I've noticed over the past couple of months that my friend has been spending less time with me. It seems like she is...
I'm just saying hi to Joseph.
Oh. It seems like she is avoiding me, canceling plans last minute and being short and kind of cold over text. I've stopped reaching out and now we don't talk at all. I feel really sad, hurt, and angry about the way she's been treating me. What are some ways I can cope with these feelings, and is it worth sharing them with her?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sorry that's happening, and you know, it's so much better when there's Torben. Hi, meow meow. It's so much nicer when people will just address what's going on, honestly, tell the truth. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen with this, and I can see how it will go, right? If there's a confrontation, the person probably will be like, what are you talking about? Or like just some sort of, I don't know. I think that the way they're behaving already tells you something about, I don't know, how it probably is going to go. And why not just hang back and see if it sounds like they're already hanging back and that's why they're disappointed. It is disappointing when you're like, hey, you know what? I'm putting more into a relationship than the other person is, I think. And then they're being kind of shitty on top of it. So maybe I better just hang back and see if they, meet here. And then when they don't, it's like, oh, shit. And I do think that that's when people ought to just stay back.
Yeah.
But they don't, do they? They get freaked out. They feel some sort of fear, sadness, loss. And so what do? They go toward the person and then just are like, hey, give me more crap. punch me in the stomach
Yeah.
figuratively some more. And in some sort of weird effort to change their mind. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you begging for
Yeah.
love and friendship? I think just hang back and let them come to you if they're going to. And if they don't, I'm so sorry about that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's not the last time that's going to happen to you in your life.
Yeah.
You have something you want to add?
Yeah, I think when you do that with a friend, when you hold back and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to step back and see what happens. You saw what happened. Like, you know the answer. There's not really anything else you need to know. And I can validate that feeling of just like loss and anger and being pissed off, but also you can't force people to treat you well. And that is something that I wish I had learned, sooner, where I would have problems with friends and I would just like push and push and push to try to like trick them into treating me or like wanting to be around me, but you can't force anyone to do that. And really, like, why would you want to force someone? Like, like, respect yourself and have self-worth in the way that, like, I shouldn't have to convince anyone to be my friend. Like, that's a gift. Like, that's sick that anyone gets to be my friend.
Well said.
Validate that sadness and then also know, like, well, they're showing their true colors. So
agreed to all of that. And deal with the grief and the loss. Those are really the feelings that are probably most prominent. Don't try to fill that loss with some sort of chase. It's just distraction, and it doesn't go well. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Megan.
Hey.
Okay, so do Torbies.
Okay, Torben. This was a special challenge to Torben to send me a question and show up for the live. So shout out. Okay, so he said, I've been on the job hustle and gotten good with the engineering hiring guy at this company I've been interested in. He's talking about bringing me in for a senior position that states a requirement of 7 years experience in a field I haven't directly worked in. I'm worrying about being underqualified, and I catch myself wanting to caretake for the company and shoot for the lawyer position that is still a stretch for me on paper. Any advice for letting go of shit that is ultimately the company's responsibility? Also, I'm evidently having difficulty connecting with how lucky they would be to have me in general and with my faith in my ability to figure shit out.
Hi, Astrid. So I guess number one is maybe you want to talk on the group calls during the week when you're having big things like job switching go on. I'm squishing your head. I'm crushing your head, Torben. I think that you can tell in the question that he already knows there's some horse shit going on there. I don't know that I have ever pursued a job that I'm actually qualified for on paper. I don't find that the least bit relevant. It's just somewhere for your anxieties, your worry thoughts to go. I don't really give a shit about any of that, and I don't know why anyone does. Being on the other side of it too, where you're wanting to bring someone on, I mean, it's nice, yeah, if somebody knows what they're doing, has a little bit of experience, but I've found that people that want to figure something out just will. And a lot of times they'll be more motivated because they're grateful for the chance. Anyway, plus, I don't know, as I go with like how real, is there flow between us or whatever. I think the only thing that would keep him from getting the job is unregulated anxiety or self-sabotage. Like, that's why I want to talk about it on the call. I mean, do you want this job? How much do you want this job? Why? It sounds pretty good on paper. Is this a hop from one thing that you're not that jazzed about to another? I don't know. I have lots of follow-up questions. However, The one that I can answer is, who gives a shit what's on paper? If you were lucky enough to get in on an interview, just go talk yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them, like all the things that you do. I mean, if it's a long shot, cool. Then you don't have to care that much if you don't get the job. You can be in there and just be like grateful that you're in there. Plus, a lot of times if you go in and don't get the job, but do a good job with the interview, they'll remember you for later. If you truly are like nowhere near what is needed for the position, they're going to save your resume and remember you and put notes on that resume. Be like, hey, call this guy in 2 years or something like that. So, anytime you get face to face with people, just, make friends with them. Just let them know you. Just introduce, like, have a friendly exchange. That's it. You don't have to go clinging to any sort of outcome. Just go be yourself and have a good time. If you have a good time in an interview, it went well, no matter what was discussed. Do you have something you want to add?
I think that covers it. The thing that like hit my alarm bells was saying, catch myself wanting to caretake for the company. Like, I think that seems evident of like a dodge of maybe some other like anxiety and people pleasing, because it's like, in what world do you need to caretake for a company? Like, it's like by taking a lower job? Like, that makes...
Yeah, to shoot for another job. Hey, can you imagine the absurdity of going into an interview and you're lucky enough to get in the door in this thing that you think is like years past where you are, and you go in and you're like, hey, I'm so happy to be here. There's this lower job that I'm still not totally qualified for, but
Yeah.
But I want that one instead. And they're gonna be like, what in the fuck is this person? I mean, that's like the ultimate self-sabotage, right?
Yes, yeah.
And if you're afraid to go into this interview, fine. No problem. Anyone would be nervous, particularly if you aren't actually qualified by a long shot. Dude, Torben knows these stories too, where I've been in interviews and I'm so seemingly underqualified. I like lift my ass out of the chair and I'm like, should I just go? And the person's like, no, sit down. Yeah. And I got the job. Like that kind of shit happens all the time. If you're just authentic, just be in the, like, okay, fine, you're scared. But if you, I just want to wring Torben's neck. I mean, this is just, you can feel and hear the getting in his own way potential. And that probably is just about fear. And we can do some work around fear on our group call. Just don't do anything impulsive, please. And write down why you want the job. And write down why you would be great for the job. And visualize yourself in the job. I agree. There's a lot of dodge going on even within the question. So obviously there's some ambivalence there, and we can do that on the call, which, hey, you're really lucky it's not in person, Torben. Switching your crush. Yeah. Give him a shake. All right. Thanks, Don. Next.
Okay, this one is from Allie, and she called herself on a pink velvet in it. So it has a lot. It has the question and then the answer. Do you want me to read?
Will you explain to people what?
Oh, yes. Is? So in our group, the docs group, we have a thing called pink velvet, which is basically like a safe word. So if somebody is kind of caught up in their own bullshit and is saying something that is like self-harmful or self-sabotagey, if it's something that seems above the call of order for us docs, we say pink velvet, as knowing like you need to rein it in, or this is something for JJ. This is something to like check inward about before putting it into the group.
But I'm smelling some bullshit here.
A little stinky.
That's great. And I love it. I love that, you know, there's some within the question here. Let's see.
Okay. So should I do the question and then do the answer right after? Or
do what you think when you get to it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is Allie's. So she says, working from home is stressing me out. The emotions are fear, unjustified shame, justified shame, and resentment. I have one small room with my clutter of moving boxes until I can move. I'm passionate about working on my business, but really struggling with doing the work right now because the environment feels suffocating and hard to focus. How can I find
feelings?
How can I find balance between personal accountability and doing the things I know I need to do and acceptance / lowering the bar? And the answer is pink velvet myself. Fear and gremlin is saying I don't have the luxury to lower the bar right now, which is total bullshit. Validate my emotions and celebrate how far I've come and every little work step I have done. The truth here is I'm feeling shame and resentment because I'm being too hard on myself and taking shit too seriously, which is not in alignment with my values. I want to go play an adventure and enjoy the summer, and any work I do right now would be shit anyway. A good tell for me is if I'm feeling anxiously flustered and homicidal, that's a good sign I'm doing too much. So step back, validate fear, chill out, and remember it's not that serious. Lovingly forgive myself for crossing my own boundaries and go play.
Yes, and Allie's living situation has been in upheaval for a little bit, and that's no joke. Easy to validate all kinds of negative feelings that go with that. And it's not an all or nothing thing. I'm hearing a little all or nothing in this, like any work that I do would be shit anyway. Well, I don't know. I mean, yes, obviously play, yet you can work too. And if you're fucking suffocating in your living environment, don't work there. Shit is open now. Go sit at a cafe and do 2 hours of work and then go play. It's not an all or nothing thing. If you put that kind of fucking pressure on play, you're gonna tank play. You just gotta, like, man, so tight lately. So tight. Allie, you have got to, like, loosen your grip on everything. And I don't know if that literally means a massage, more validation. I don't know. There's a, like, treadmill kind of feel to Allie's questions lately, where there's, I don't know, you know, there seems to be some attachment to misery. And that's concerning. All the words sound real smart there, and Allie's brilliant, so that's easy. And in the more advanced we get in DBT, the more sophisticated our defense structure can be, meaning the more sophisticated our bullshit can be. So, yeah, pink velvet, I mean, it's just, the thing is, pink velvet can even be used as a shield to not get called on something here. Oh, I'm going to quick call myself out, you know, before I get called out. Like, there's so much controlling shit going on right now, which, again, the upheaval of a living situation, who isn't going to react with some controlling behavior? And Allie knows that that doesn't work. And a lot of times what she'll do is get more controlling, not less, more. Even with the productive stuff, there is like a tightness to even doing the work and being emotionally intelligent. Like, come on. If you're really going to play, that has a lightness to it, a loosening up to it, a flow, an ease. I think it's difficult when you're not used to ease to be addicted to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And as you improve your life more and more, there's probably going to be more ease, and you're probably going to have to start getting used to that. And there isn't a ton of fucking, I mean, the living situation has been a shit show. And find the ease within it. Like, you're not going to move today. You might not move tomorrow or this week. So you're going to have to adjust and find some cognitive flexibility within the shit show. Meaning, for every minute you're not actually moving house, go find somewhere pleasant to do some work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit there thinking about how it's cramping your adventure time. Like, there's just a lot of all or nothing shit going on here, that I think is, I don't know, it's just like such a gripping, tight feel to some of these lately, which, yeah, I mean, defense when something like a living situation, your solace, where you go back to relax after the day, and that's just not happening for her. So I understand the whole thing is destabilized. So find some ways to stabilize and find some joyful ways to stabilize. Not just, I must find, I must control. No, Hadley.
Mm-hmm.
So I just please loosen the grip a little bit. Yeah, I bet your body's been tight as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably from head to toe. And that means you could get hurt in your work at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hope that you loosen up here and here before you have an injury, because that would suck. And we're all rooting for you. Hope you laughed today. Love you. Next.
Love you. Okay. You want to do another one?
What?
Do you want to do another one?
Is that okay?
Yes. One? I have one. Yeah, okay. Okay. So this one is also from a friend.
Okay.
And she says, I'm pretty sure my dad's new girlfriend stole some clothes out of my room.
What?
Yeah.
She better disappear.
Yeah. When I confronted my dad about it, he said that it must have been an accident and is not willing to hear my side about it. I really do not like this girlfriend, and my dad has asked me to be nicer to her. What are some ways I can set up boundaries between my dad and the girlfriend?
First of all, why are you fucking talking to Dad about it? Dad didn't take your fucking clothes. Dad ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh no!
I'd go right to the girlfriend myself.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the thief, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, too, is if the friend is wrong and goes and confronts the girlfriend, that could change things for the positive, for the relation. I mean, it obviously could make for a big upset, but, you know, if you're wrong and you were able to admit it, that could change the dynamic of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And if they lie and you catch it, oh man, I mean, there's absolutely no reason not to go to the girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. So Dad thinks that you should just not do anything. I mean, I get a parent being like, try to be nice to the person that I'm dating. I understand that. No problem there. That is not really relevant, I don't think, with the clothes stealing thing. Just keep in mind, you might be wrong. If you go, like, wouldn't it be to like find it in the dryer somewhere or like stuffed in with something else after you went up to her and you're like, bitch, where are my clothes?
Yeah.
Like, you stole from me. Like,
Yeah.
that would suck and be so funny. Oh my gosh. However, you can still confront her and just ask. Don't be a dick about it. Just ask. Did you happen to take and say the actual item of clothing? Don't say some clothing. That is so crazy. I just want to know.
Yeah.
What, like, I want to know what happens after this.
Yeah.
I want to know if, I mean, she might not. I don't know that the friend is even a she, but the friend might never find out
Whether or not.
Yes, which sucks so bad because I want to know real bad.
Yeah. Updates. Okay.
Yes.
I'll talk to her.
But I bet because I can't imagine any of us being crazy enough to do something like that. However, if we were the girlfriend and did that, which is insane, wouldn't you be smart enough to lie about it?
Yes. Okay, well, here's the thing, is that I used to have a living situation where my roommates would steal all the time, and they were so dumb about it, where they would, like, keep a lid open and just, like, and I was like, if you're gonna steal from me, at least, like, give me the respect of being sneaky about it. Like, don't be so obvious. Like, you think I'm not gonna know? Like, people have, like, some weird, I don't know. One would hope. One would hope that somebody would have the wherewithal to.
I can't imagine that my skin crawls at the idea of stealing from someone. Like, oh my gosh, what if you're like in the closet about to take the thing and they walk in? Oh my gosh.
Horrifying.
So horrifying. It's never, that kind of thing just never seemed worth it to me. I mean, what item of clothing is worth that? That's crazy. That's crazy. And the craziness of it makes me think it's more of a power play than anything.
From what I know about the girlfriend, that seems.
And I don't think you have to know the girlfriend. Know that that's over a line so far. It seems like now we're in a power play thing. Like, it's not, it can't possibly be about the clothing. Fucking nuts. Oh my gosh. Oh, I really want to know. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. But if it is about power, which is my theory, hey Scotty, then my previous answer of like going and confronting the girlfriend and not like dukes up, guns drawn, no, did you take something out of the thing, not something, the thing, the specific item of clothing out of my, and then watch and be quiet. Ask your question and then zip it and observe. You're maybe never going to be able to eat. Yeah. With dare, is she saying deer there? Totally breaks the sanctity of boundaries.
Maybe deer.
I think she means a deer there.
Yeah. Sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, it does.
Such a weird vibe.
I mean, because she's not going to be at the girlfriend's apartment searching her place. She'll never enter the.
So, if it were a Lifetime movie, she'd break in and she'd find a body.
Yeah.
Or
But if it is a power play, then it's about splitting with the daughter and the dad, which means don't go to the dad on this. He's already starting to give you the answer you don't want, and then you're the bad guy that's making up some kind of, just don't even get in the drama of it. Just go address it and get back to us. Definitely. Okay, what does this say? Right, Allie, where's the girlfriend? What? Where the girlfriend wants to be her. Oh, yeah. Leave it to Megan to take it right to the creepy. That is hilarious. Okay, yeah. Yes, and the deer on something like that. Describe, express, assert, reinforce. So, you want me to do it, or you want to try, or where you at? Oh, well, Olivia cut out. So, the deer is our interpersonal effectiveness skills. So, in this case, with the girlfriend, it could be something like describe. I went into my closet and an item of clothing was missing. This item of clothing. I am a little confused as to what's going on here. That would be express. Then the assert would be the actual ask or say no. In this case, I think it's probably an ask. You could make it into a say no, like stay the fuck out of my room. But because you don't really know what happened, you might want to make it an ask. So an ask might be, maybe you don't want to say something like, don't give her the opportunity to lie, meaning, did you take something out of, just say, if you ever want to borrow something from me, please ask. And then the reinforce is what greases the wheels. It makes them happy to say yes to you. So something like, I'd appreciate it is a canned answer, or thanks. Don't have tone in your thanks. I think we'll get along a lot better in the future if you just ask me for things that you want. So the whole deer sounds like, I went in my closet and saw that this shirt was missing. I'm a little confused about that because it was there when I last saw it. If you ever want to borrow something from me, please ask me to borrow it before you take it out of my room. I'd appreciate it. So you can do this formula, and when you have practiced, it sounds really natural with more practice. So the DEAR, maybe we should we'll put up on my Instagram, we'll put up that worksheet so people can follow along and try their own deers. And you are welcome to bring them here as well. So Olivia kicked herself off by mistake. So we will wrap it up there. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, you can always DM me. And if you want to talk about emotional intelligence skills, I do free consults, drjjkelly.com. Hope you're well. Take care. Love to everybody.
Get in touch with me, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc, at drjjkelly.com.